Welcome back, guys, for the third episode of Drift All-Stars TV. Today's topic is cars, and man, is it good. Today we've got 50 cars on the grid, and they are ready to battle it out at the Mantorp Park circuit for the Swedish Drift GP. With over 30,000 horsepower on the starting line, let's see what these incredible machines can do. Every year, we've seen a huge development in the car builds, with more drivers battling for grip and horsepower. The Polish team Budmat are currently leading the points standings after winning round 1 and 2. Their car builds are some of the best in the series, pushing the developments of both their Nissans. Both are pushing over 700 horsepower. Tires are one of the biggest factors this weekend, with all the major tire companies out to prove a point. With such high horsepower cars, they are really putting the tire compounds to the ultimate test. The most popular chassis amongst all the top drivers are Nissans and BMWs. All of them have crazy custom builds under their exteriors. Styling of the cars is really important. Each driver is able to express themselves through their own personal style. Cars are open to engine swaps, meaning that we get some really incredible machines on the track. Steering lock has become a huge factor, with custom steering systems like WiseFab delivering as much steering lock on the cars as possible. WiseFab has single-handedly changed the face of the sport, with drivers putting the cars on the very edge of control. The high-speed circuit of Mantorp Park, Sweden is going to put these cars to their absolute limits.
I guess I'm just an 80s baby.
Let's check out the track with Irish driver Nigel Culfer in his 650 horsepower Nissan S13. Mantorp Park circuit has one of the highest speeds of the season, with the drivers hitting over 140 kilometers an hour on the entry to the first corner. Nigel enters with maximum throttle and throws his car into the first corner. He needs to run an outside line here and go as fast as possible. He then transitions and slows down for a super technical section in turn 2, where another outside zone puts him on the edge of the track. At turn 3, he shifts back into fourth and accelerates to the finish line. And that is a lap of Mantor Park Circuit for the Swedish Drift GP.
Hi, my name is Frederick and this is my Toyota Sora. This is the engine. It's a LS3, 6.2 liter. Right now it's producing 646 horsepower at the wheels and 785 Newton meters of torque. Inside the cockpit, where the magic happens. Snap off wheel, getting easy in and out. Pedal box, hydraulic handbrake, and a custom shifter here for the mid-valley 4-speed dog box. Sparco seats to protection, keeping me safe and steady through the corners. Steering setup here too, so I can sit lower and further back in the car because that's what I like.
This is our new car that we built in the off-season. 650 horsepower, 2JZ Toyota engine. Really good car. I think we put something, together that's very competitive now that we finally got it dialed in. Obviously on the outside we run a custom aero kit, body kit. We spent some time with those guys and really made something look a little bit different. Pretty different for a 180, so Guard turbocharger, 6-boost manifold, custom intake manifold, big throttle body. We fully built this engine as well from the bottom up. We have to overbuild these cars and really make them reliable. You know, if you're not in the event, well then you can't win. So wide swap suspension under there, it's just an amazing kit front and back. We have so much lock now that we don't have to worry about spinning anymore.
The next driver we'll be talking to is Johan Halverson, the driver of this beautiful Nissan S15.
Yeah, welcome to my office.
Very dedicated to win in this custom build.
I converted it from the right-hand drive to the left-hand drive. Tried to drive it with the steering wheel on the other side. It was like, man, there's something wrong. I couldn't drive it to 100%. I like to do things with a personal touch. Like this is handcrafted by an old guy that we do know. To AC in here, making 820 horsepower to the wheel right now. Actually, we tuned it like the day before we came here. It's ridiculous amount of power. Pedal to metal at any gear.
As you can see, these guys are pushing the envelope for what these normal saloon cars can do. As they increase the grip to stay competitive, they have to increase the power. These cars are under constant development. Jonas Eglita has proved from the get-go that his 800 horsepower V8 twin-turbo BMW E46 is a great package. This is a machine that helped him get to second place in the first round of the series in London.
There's a lot of really cool cars in the series.
Jonas Eglita got an awesome car.
Y-Swap suspension keeps his car planted.
Eglita's BMW is really cool.
My own car, I've had it for over 10 years now and it's kind of evolved with my drifting and everything like that. So yeah, we're running a 1JZ, 520 horsepower. Each year it seems to get better and better with great help from Zarowski Motorsport as well.
I think my car is pretty cool. I really like how it looks and I'm going to make some changes with it over the winter and I think it's going to come back looking a lot more aggressive. Different looking. Nigel Colfer's car looks really cool, stands out, and yeah, there's a lot of pretty cars in the series.
This weekend, round 3 of the Drift All-Stars European Championship has landed in Scandinavia at the Mantorp Park race circuit. Surrounded by farmland and originally a drag strip, this venue has been hosting international events since 1969. And with drivers coming from all over the world, it's likely to attract one of the biggest lineups of the season. Welcome to Sweden.
I want to love and be loved.
South Bronx, Sweden, Professor P, Achilles, DITC, throw those L's up.
All I need is love, a couple brews and good news. With my crew beside me, I don't see how I could lose. Ain't from the hood, but I always understood hood rules. To run the town, you gotta have soul and with good shoes. I transmit through your bandwidth, handpicked to make tracks that you can't skip. Classic as Stan Smith's. In my dreams, I hear paparazzi cans click. I wake up trying to make plans stick. You know,
In qualifying, the track was very challenging, high speed, and tested the drivers.
complex and Sanskrit. Moving through the fire, I'm the new supplier. The music that
Nigel Colfer found his form again and took 4th overall.
and graffiti black books, fuck a state of mind, make the whole map look. They love that, soul food grub, that pro and that cook. From L-Town to U-Town, Mount Eden with Flatbush.
How you feel?
I'm feeling fine,
What's your life like?
good, but it's still a grind.
What's your crew like?
I deal with the realest kind, but right now I'm just killing time.
Local hero Alexander Granlund used all his local track knowledge and claimed 3rd overall.
People score me A. High school, I was straight homeroom. I would say I don't follow the script. Do the shit my way. Alone in the class by myself one day. Metaphor.
Fredrik Osnevard, the Norwegian young gun, was in flying form and showed he is one of the top drifters in Scandinavia and claimed 2nd place.
Brain make me numb to the pain. The ladies, they say I'm insane. They might be right on the mic like Mike. Mine saying nights, ain't afraid of heights. Turn the light Tina, beat the beat like Ike. Mount Eden is Sweden, hip hop till I stop breathing. Until then, I'm not leaving.
James Dean once again proved he is in the run for this championship and locked down 1st place.
Without the visuals, relate to the blind. Flow so real, you can feel it in the real.
What's the deal, AG? How you feel? What's your life like?
Good, but it's still a grind.
What's your crew like?
Deal with the realest kind. But right now, I'm just killing time.
Yeah, the track is actually a lot different compared to our first 2 tracks this year in Drift All-Stars. First 2 tracks were very technical, and this is also very technical, but a lot faster.
This is actually my first time in Drift All-Star competition, so going into this round I was pretty excited and it went well. I'm 2nd place in qualifying and I'm so happy for that, so I couldn't wish for anything better, you know.
I'm really happy to qualify first. Just can't wait for Twin Battle. I think it's going to be very interesting. It's great to be competing against more new drivers that we've never competed against this weekend. So I think it's anyone's game. It's going to be very interesting.
How you feel?
I'm feeling fine,
What's your life like?
good, but it's still a grind.
What's your crew like?
I deal with the realest kind, and right now.
The biggest challenge after practice on competition day was qualification. Qualification is used to rank the drivers, taking the highest 16 and ranking them in order, determining the brackets for the tandem battles. In qualification, drivers are scrutinized by the judges in 4 separate categories: line, angle, speed, and style. The line is designated by the judges in briefing, giving the drivers rear zones to touch with the backs of their cars and front clipping points to get close to with their front bumpers. Angle is the second criteria, and it has to do with how sideways a car is. Cars are meant to stay as sideways as possible while staying smooth and not making corrections in their steering. Speed is the third. Judges expect drivers to maintain the highest speed possible around the track. Style is the last point of interest for the judges and has to do with the impact and commitment of a driver. With the style, the true soul of a driver comes out and is seen by the spectators. Tandem battles are the spectacle of the race weekend. In tandem battles, the lead driver is meant to do a perfect qualifying run, while the following car is meant to get as close to the lead car as possible without affecting the lead car's run. The cars then switch positions, and then after the 2 battles, the judges decide which driver was stronger over the 2 runs. If it's a tie, they go one more time. In tandem battles, the winner of the competition will be decided. Now let's check out which drivers will face off against one another in the top 16 after the qualifying results. There are some really interesting battles coming up, and some big names will face off some very tough battles early on. The first battle would be Dmitry Ilyuk of Ukraine against local hero Johan Halvorsen. Halvorsen would push hard, but went off track, giving Dmitry the win. Martin Richards would battle Irish driver James Dean. Dean would push harder than ever with his aggressive style and shadow Richards throughout the whole course, getting a big advantage and the win, sending him through to the Grade 8. Nigel Colfer would battle one of Scandinavia's strongest drivers, Christer Halvorsen. Halvorsen showed great speed all weekend, but in turn 2 goes off track, ending his day and giving Nigel the win. Young gun Shanahan would face Swedish driver Andreas Magnusson. The teenage drifter would have too much pace and speed for the local driver and move on to the Grade 8. Norwegian driver Fredrik Oksnevad would prove his qualifying was no fluke and showed great speed against Russian driver Felix Chitipakovyan. In his second run, Felix would actually go off track, handing Oksnevad the win. Johan Andersson would battle Dennis Martinsson in an all-Swedish battle. Martinsson showed great proximity and goes through to the Grade 8. Alexander Granlund was the top Swedish qualifier and would battle Martin Johansson. Granlund would have great speed and pace and move on to the Grade 8. Fredrik Sjödin would battle 17-year-old Helge Hellstad. A mistake from Fredrik would send Hellstad through to the Grade 8. Ilyuk would face off against Dean in the Grade 8. Ilyuk was charging hard on his lead run, but again on turn 2 went off track, handing Dean the win. An all next entire Europe battle between Irish drivers Colfer and Shanahan was the next Grade 8 battle. After one more time and a close battle, Colfer would have a straight in the final bend, giving Shanahan the win. Dennis Martinsson would battle Fredrik Oksnevad in a Sweden vs Norway battle of Scandinavia. Oksnevad would really push hard in his chase run and show great aggression, giving him the advantage and putting him through to the final 4. And now let's take a look at the battles. Alexander Granlund would have a great lead run and chase Hellstad very closely in their second run, giving him a huge advantage and the win, sending him through to the final 4. Shanahan vs. Dean would be another classic battle. Shanahan, the apprentice, would battle his mentor Dean. Dean again showed why he's one of the best chase drivers on the planet and shadowed superbly, sending him through to his second final of the 2014 season. Oksnevad would face another Swedish driver and top qualifier, Granlund. Granlund would attack Oksnevad on turn 2, but a big mistake handed Norwegian driver Oksnevad the win. In the consolation battle for third place, Granlund would battle Shanahan. A crazy battle between these two young drivers would show them battle as hard as they can over the final step of the podium. After 2 more one more time battles, Granlund would go off track on turn 2, handing Shanahan the win. And now for the final battle of the Swedish Drift GP. Norwegian driver Fredrik Oksnevad versus the fighting James Dean. Dean would lead the first run and put down the highest entry speed of the weekend. Oksnevad would chase hard and shadow Dean, matching him turn to turn, and actually make contact in turn 2. Battle 2, This time, Fredrik Oxnevad would lead. Let's sit back and listen to the two of Europe's top drifters. Wow, what a great battle to the end of the Swedish Drift GP. Awesome chase run by James Dean.
James Dean og jeg har en god følelse. Uansett så kom på annenplass i Drift Allstars skala nummer 2. Jeg er veldig fornøyd. Nå da.
Fredrik, second position here in Sweden. You really did put the pressure on James at the end, but it wasn't easy for you, was it?
He's a great driver, you know. And this is my first Drift All-Star event. So second qualifying and second place today was amazing, you know. James, I've been heard, is unbeatable. I tried my best today. I had nothing more to give, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. But dude, second place is amazing. I couldn't dream about that before this weekend. Thanks to Spy Optic, I couldn't done it. Marius, my mechanic. So I'm really grateful for that.
James, congratulations. First position here in Sweden. A textbook chase from you with Freddie at the end.
Oh man, I really can't believe it. It's been such an amazing weekend from start to finish, but he was really close to me when he chased me. My spotters told me, yeah, you need to push hard in the next run, so I just went as hard as possible chasing, and it finally worked in my favour today, so I'm super happy.
And after celebrating tonight, what are you going to do before Riga, the next event?
Yeah, we're definitely going to have a good night tonight and just leave off all the pressure. It's been a very busy weekend, and the car goes to Riga, I think, a couple of days before the event. It's staying in Sweden, so there's not much I can do to the car. It's working well as it is. We just get some new Falcon tyres into Riga for the next event. We're ready to go again. I'm looking forward to driving the fourth new track for me this season. It's all a new experience.
Well, enjoy your celebrations. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey yo, my self-made promises is evident. Many men try to regiment, but they never win. Many made men became arrogant. Ever since radio play meant benefits. Tripping on Bob, never knew Molly, I'm sorry. Nightmares haunt me, to the point I'ma start visioning Pac's autopsy. Godly flow, stepping on chart calls, I am mobbing. It's looking kinda bad for you. Come up short like Oompa Loompas with your bad morals. No backup vocals to back me up. We back on the Pro Tools like we never left any of. Running the raw cut. Use butts off, hand me a